punishment. And so here we go now. We are starting at Jules Vale for game 1 of top 6 Rivals of Aether here at Double Down.
Right, and we have right now a little bit of a good situation for Protagify, setting up a Sweat Spirit in the air. And I like already seeing the cloud being placed on top of the Sweat Spirit, right?
Yes. And one thing you'll see Protagify do quite a bit that I don't think is a Giga Bowser staple, but Protagify does a lot of like turnaround down specials through their own Sweat Spirits, which will cause mud waves. And if the drift out actually gonna kill there. But yeah, if you down special through a still forming spirit, like when it's still a whirl, it actually can create a spirit in the air there.
Yeah.
And also cause the mud wave to happen. So even if Protagify is not hitting Penguin, that's a way you can get those spirits airborne.
This is Splash Kick to get Penguin off stage, and we're seeing Protagify not having too much fear, putting pressure on Penguin on the recovery. And I think that's something that we're seeing a lot of players start to put more and more pressure on Penguin in their sets against him.
Yeah, one thing I think that you saw in the Soul Rifle sets, starting even at Genesis, where Soul Rifle, barely lost, is Soul Rifle talked about how you're able to go out there and actually punish Absa while they're throwing out the side special. And it's one thing to talk about it, but now people have seen it in action, and they're getting ideas, right?
Yeah. And that's dangerous. Ooh, a bar Sweat Spirit, a double one. And
okay, dub special.
Gets the spike hitbox, and that's going to set up Protagify. Okay. Penguin going straight up to the air, but at this percent with the strength of Charge Fair,
it's just going to die.
From the dash attack.
Yeah. Just a hard DI out and dies from the dash attack, and really we almost saw an earlier stock there with the double Sweat Spirits out there on the side.
I was holding my breath.
If that was not a trade, Penguin was going to get so clipped.
Not a way you want to start off your Sunday.
No, not at all. And here we are now. Even stocks, and so the recovery for Hodan is definitely his biggest weakness. Protagify does a great job of using aerial momentum stalls with neutral special, and as well as some down special and charge up special stuff. But it is a dangerous thing to be recovering as Hodan against any character, let alone Absa, who has one of, if not the best edge guard in the game.
Yeah, and that is like actually Penguin's strategy with Absa, and the reason why he's been so consistent. It's I'm getting them off stage, and one recovery at a time, I'm stealing one of your resources until you have nothing left, and I can close out your life.
Yes, absolutely. There was the very edge of that cloud pop caught Hodan there, and since Protagify was holding forward with that down special flip, you were actually able to see. Yep, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, so the DI was completely into the stage because Protagify was drifting as far forward as possible to get there.
And Penguin being ready for that, too, to immediately recognize that Hodan's going to overshoot me. I need to jump backwards to catch this off the cloud pop. We're getting Aether high, and Protagify is sticking with the Hodan.
I love it. I love sticking with the Hodan. We've seen Prota and Penguin play in the past. I can't remember exactly which tournaments, but, trying this Hodan and being confident with it, being uncomfortable first to gain comfortability is something I just absolutely love.
Right, and it's something that you have the resume to prove the effectiveness of it. And we have, the Sweat Spirit being a little bit too far away, but being able to set it up on the wall to get that recovery, once again, high up, and trying to thread that needle. It's so scary. You don't want to land on top of Absa. That's where a lot of her most dangerous hitboxes are, but the cloud can pop you right into it all the same.
And one thing you're noticing from Penguin is, like, you see Absas do a lot of cloud edge guards at the side of stage, but Penguin specifically against Hodan is standing further in stage away from the monkey than normal, and using the cloud to just control the space and to be the starter for these finishers. Penguin basically doesn't want to give Hodan any chance to clip a forward air, clip a dash attack, or a down tilt. The cloud is doing all the work at the ledge.
Right, it's the ability. And I think a big part of that comes down to Hodan's recovery, like you mentioned. Being able to react and move in after you see which angle he's choosing, whether or not it's the dive or the up special. And like you said, the cloud provides that pressure. And we have now Protagify on their last stock at 85%. This is looking really tough for the monkey now.
Yeah, one thing that you see from Hodan is his best recovery options are stalls. And that cloud can be placed anywhere you want. And so you're seeing these stalls pushing Hodan exactly where the Absa wants to finish off.
Right.
And 1, 2, and 3 stocks, all of them resulting from incredible cloud plays.
Right. I mean, like, we even saw it at the very end of that last stock, right? The cloud was placed just on top of where the Sweat Spirit was thrown down by Protagify's last up special. And it looks like, are we going to be getting ourselves
we are getting the Absa.
The Absa. Honestly, considering how the difference between Game 1 and Game 2 went for the Hodan, I understand this counterpick.
Yeah. Game 1, it felt like the Hodan was possible. And I do still agree with staying Hodan Game 2. But once that 2-stock happened and we really saw the advances of the Cloud Edgeguard just really creeping into the Penguin gameplay, I am a fan of the swap over to Absa now.
Now, this pick of Spirit Tree, I find a little surprising. I know ultimately it's the mirror, right? But I associate Penguin's Punish game as ordinarily being so immaculate that stuff like that is just going to come together.
I mean, typically Penguin is most fearful here on Game 2. But on Game 3 here, we can definitely see some DI, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it was a little bit of threading that impossible needle, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Absa's in this interesting position where if you DI too well, that's how the confirm works. And if you DI too badly, you die.
Yeah, we call that in the business a turquoise galaxy.
Thank you, Mike.
So ultimately in the mirror, it comes down to comfort. If you're comfortable on a stage in a mirror, you're going to go there. Even though Penguin also loves the stage. I am one of the proponents that there's no character better on Spirit Tree than Absa. And so I guess you're just going to have to be the better Absa.
That's fair enough.
Wow, we are neck and neck, 1 stock each, 0% in Game 3 here of Double Down.
Good. Oh, okay, keeping the pressure up and starting on trying to get Penguin off stage, but Absa's movement is just too clean to slip right by.
That's the war of clouds. Neither one of them wanting to commit too much. They want to open up their ability to continue their confirms through cloud.
It's interesting also to watch like how both of these players are disengaging when they're caught on the platform above each other because of that up tilt, right? Like, they both so badly want that up tilt to up air because the stage has such small blast zones. And at this percent, with Absa being so light, it's pretty dang scary.
Yeah, 46%, now 51, an up tilt to up air will kill.
Yeah.
It never feels like it will, but it will because Absa is a very light character. These top blast zones and even the side blast zones are very close.
Those air stalls by Protagify and
almost catches the air dodge.
That was so smart because he knew they knew that Penguin had to drift in to avoid the bomb and was looking to catch the up air on that.
And my goodness, the chip damage coming out from Clouds right now. Penguin catching and almost getting the forward air sweet spot, not quite getting it yet.
Oh, Protagify seeing that setup too much. They do it too.
And great DI on the forward tilt. If you mess up a single DI,
that's the Thunderline!
All right. So I'm going to say right now, that Thunderline catches everyone.
Yes.
I got caught by that at least 3 times in my set versus Protagify.
Because the thing is, right, we have the camera move. The cloud is out of sight.
Yeah, the cloud is on this off-screen indicator on the far left. And it's like, it's so easy to lose track of where it is, even though you know it's there. And it's just like, it's one of those things like,
okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you know that they would never do it there, right? Because you could just parry it. That's the best time to do it.
You can sometimes kind of guess whether or not they're actually aware of it, because like there's a certain amount of wave dashing where it's just like you're not thinking about reacting with a parry, but the cloud snipe in the far blast zone is going to get Penguin up on the first game, and Penguin launches into this counter pick like immediately. He knew exactly what he wanted. Oh, tried to get a lower back air. I think he's suspecting that Protagify would do a lower DI to escape that string.
Yeah, the stage pick's really interesting because both you specifically talked about the interaction on the side platforms whenever they were caught on the platforms.
Right.
And now without those platforms, Penguin very obviously feeling comfortable on a just completely flat stage. And wow, already onto 1 stock left from Protagify. Penguin is in a very comfortable spot here at Game 4.
Because, I mean, we mentioned earlier, right? The thing with counterpicking is you're kind of trying to guess what is it that I'm better at this character than you. And Penguin's ground game as Absa has always been incredible. We see Penguin get more value out of Rockwall than his Ori opponents.
Yes. And just not even fair,
Yeah.
honestly.
So I think Penguin is just saying, I have the best ground game of any Absa in the world. I'm going to bring you here, and I will just beat you on solid ground neutral.
All right, Protagify needs a little bit of a miracle here, and that up special one was an amazing decision to avoid the Thunder Line. There was nothing else Protagify could have done there.
Ooh, the down air, and Penguin's not ready to pick up, and this is Protagify's last stock at 134%. Protagify has no more mistakes to give.
And that'll do it. The parry on the forward tilt, catching the landing there, and so Protagify expecting a landing aerial. Penguin was a little bit against the ropes there, and Penguin recognized, I don't need to be the aggressor here. I know that Protagify, I know my opponent is going to be the one throwing out the moves to try to get the stock since I'm a full stock ahead. And so Penguin very calmly lands and covers the immediate attack option with a parry.
And the thing that's also great to recognize too is because Penguin had that extra leeway to give with that stock lead, parry is a high-risk option at this level of play, but he could afford to lose that stock, right? Either he gets the parry, wins the set, or he misses the parry, still has one more stock to play with still death percent on Protagify.
Right, exactly. And yeah, so that forward air was very safe. Forward air does not have a lot of landing lag. It does not have a lot of end lag as well. The startup is the big thing for Absa aerials. The end lag, not quite there. So when you throw out that forward air, it covers the dash in basically, and you're not going to get punished more often than not. And so Penguin recognizing fast option, low lag, Protagify wants his stock. This is how I'm going to win. This is how I